What is up, human debris and Galahorn peacekeepers? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode we are returning to Iron-Blooded Orphans. Last time, Tekkadan fought against the Turbines before working out a deal with the team and Teiwaz. They are now a subsidiary of Teiwaz, and Turbines are going to help them get Kudelia to Earth. Kudelia also worked out a deal with Teiwaz for them to be her muscle. She finally accepts that no matter what choices she makes, blood will be shed. This time, Tekkadan fights against the Brewers in the debris field. One of the Brewers' human debris happens to be Akihiro's brother, and they will hold a funeral for their lost brothers. So let's get into this. Akihiro is surrounded by man roadies when Orga notices another mobile suit approaching. It is Mika and Nadi in the Kutan. The GEE M103 Kutan Type 3 is produced by Euro Electronics, a subsidiary of Teiwaz. This is a transport vessel that can carry a wide variety of payloads, including mobile suits. This has a hydrogen generator instead of an AHAB reactor, which makes its defenses not the best. It also doesn't have nano-laminate armor. It is armed with a pair of Vulcan guns, and can optionally carry a pair of 300mm smoothbore guns. Mika launches Barbados from the Crouton. Croutons. He tells Nadi, "Good luck piloting this transport vessel. I'm out. Peace." Nadi is like, "What the hell, man?" However, it's that cliche where they pretend like they can't pilot, and then they pilot it perfectly. "Why'd you complain, Nadi?" After Mika stabs through one of the man roadies. The two remaining units engage. Last time we mentioned that the man roadies have the Alea Vignana systems. One pilot notices Mika and Akihiro's movements. They too have the Alea Vignana system as well. The pilot focuses on Akihiro and is able to destroy the space mobile worker and take Takaki's ejection pod. He hears Takaki say Akihiro. As the boy fights Akihiro, he realizes this is his brother. While they are fighting, the Turbines move in to help. "Where have you been?" Akihiro gets Takaki's pod back, but it is crushed pretty badly. The man roadies retreat. They get Takaki out of the pod, but he is bleeding profusely. Maribit rushes to the hangar and handles business. She really is the only adult here. "Nadi, where you at?" Maribit says Orga not having a doctor on board is irresponsible, and he is failing at his job as a boss. Laughter and Azi notes that the Commander man-roadie frame is very similar to the Gundam frame, even though it doesn't look like it. We will learn soon that this is a Gundam. Naze tells Orga and Biscuit that the pirates that attacked them were the Brewers. They target ships traveling between Mars and Earth, and they know that Tekkadan has Kudelia and demand that they hand her over. Their army is no match for Teiwaz, so why are they talking a big game? They wonder if they have a powerful supporter. Meanwhile, Galia recruits more men. One officer boards the ship and says, it smells like red trash on this ship. He's talking about Ein. It's like white trash, but red because of Mars. Get it? Yeah, you get it. Galio and McGillis meet with his father, Isnario. He wants to make his visit with his father short. They go to meet with Almeria, Galio's 9-year-old sister and McGillis's fiancé. What am I doing here, man? You know, I have real engineering skills. I said if I can't make robots, I'm gonna talk about robots. Then suddenly you find yourself talking about 9-year-old arranged marriages. I think we need to burn this all down. I'm too lazy. Let's keep going. The Brewers are feeding McGillis information on where Kudelia is heading. Their visit to Mars showed them how much corruption is happening from within, and that their reach doesn't actually reach that far. They think that they too can handle Kudelia to retain power. Meanwhile, at the Brewer's ship, Akihiro's brother, Masahiro, is getting smacked around by their commander, Mr. Snaketongue, for losing the mobile worker pod. These Brewer kids are wearing uniforms with red lines. They too are human debris. Akihiro blames himself for having too much fun. Being a slave his whole life has conditioned him that everything is his fault. But the rest of Tekkadan reminds him that they are family. Tekkadan and the Turbines plan on teaching the Brewers a lesson. They wonder if someone at Saisei leaked their navigation intel. But as things grow, things get harder to keep track of. Their best option is to wait for the enemy to come to them. They plan on going through a debris field that was left from the Calamity War 300 years ago. There are functional AHAB reactors in the debris field, which ends up pulling more debris towards them. We learn that the AHAB reactors are why there are artificial gravity on the ship. They also made Kudelia look like an idiot in this moment just to teach the audience this. Don't do that. They're going to use the Hyakuri to scout ahead, and Barbados will be equipped with a booster. Mika says he will try his best to save his brother, but I might have to kill him. I didn't mention last episode, but Atra thought about creating a harem with Mika and Kudelia. I just felt we had to bring that up. Anyways, moving on. Barbados has the Crouton booster. The human debris on the Brewer's ship are given one extra block of nutrients. One whole extra block? You think it's better or worse than a calorie mate? Mr. Snake Tongue comes in and smacks the boys. Mika is learning some English on Duolingo while traveling through the debris field. Stupid Al, you are the antithesis of anime. Orga gives Eugene command of the ship. Manrodes go on patrol. The captain is a bat and a snake. The Brewers are just furries with better tech. The Tekadon ship cuts through the debris field while the Hammerhead goes ramming. The Isaribi uses its wire claws and latches on to the ship. Snake Man's name is Kudo Cadell, and he launches in Gundam Gusion. The ASW-G-11 Gundam Gusion is one of the Gundam frames used during the Calamity War. This Gundam has 2 AHAB reactors. It allows the unit to remain extremely mobile for how big it is. This is designed specifically for debris fields by the Brewers. This chunky boy has a short flight time. It can withstand the blast of a smoothbore gun. Weapons include the Gusion hammer, the 90mm submachine gun, Vulcan guns, 400mm Buster anchor, and 2 hand grenades. It also has the Gusion chopper, which is a close combat hatchet. Akihiro launches in the Gray Sky. Azi and Amida also launch in their Hyakudins. Mika detaches the booster. No more croutons for this boy. He's in his 4th form. The 4th form is upgraded by Teiwaz and the Saisei technicians. They reverse-engineered Calamity War-era parts based on the schematics, and it is more balanced. It resembles the 1st form, though it still isn't at 100%. Meanwhile, Akihiro gives Masahiro a nice big hug. That's nice. He apologizes for giving up on him. Akihiro tells him that he has family and they can join them. Really heartfelt, albeit repetitive at this point, but Masahiro isn't having it. His situation as human debris has been far worse than Akihiro's life, and he can't overcome his nihilism. However, Kudo comes in swinging his big Gusion hammer. Masahiro pushes Akihiro out of the way, and the Gusion Gundam plays whack-a-mole with Masahiro's man Rody. Shino and Dante are leading a team infiltrating the Brewers' ship. They find some kids and think, they're just kids. Shino looks away, and one of those kids takes out 2 people on his team. Good job, Shino. Murder these kids, Dante. Akihiro gets out of his mobile suit to find Masahiro barely alive. Masahiro says that he is trash, but Akihiro says that even if he dies right here, he matters, and one day he will be reborn with their family. Masahiro goes neat and dies right there. Blech. Mika is chasing Mr. Snake Man. They play a cat and mouse game until Mika goes, "Bored now, ending this," and he stabs the Gundam, killing Mr. Snake Man. McGillis and Galio attend an event held by the 7 Stars. Remember, these are the 7 families that helped bring peace and formed Gjallarhorn, now considered the royal class of Gjallarhorn, full of Nepo babies, or in the case of McGillis, bastards. We learn he is Isnario's illegitimate child. Galio says, "You should bang some of these age-appropriate girls before you bang my sister." Dante was able to save some of the children, including the only one that really wants revenge on him. He's like a feral cat. Orga tells the kids, "You guys want soup?" They go, "What is that, like some kind of nutrient block?" He wonders why they no longer want to kill them. Orga says, "Welcome to the family." Shino cries for the men he got killed on this mission. Never turn your back on a child. Naze and Tekadon are able to capture Captain Brooke Kabayan. It's Batman. He kind of has some pig features too. They demand one of their ships and all of their mobile suits. Orga threatens to slaughter him like a pig. Oh, he's a pig man, not a bat. I can't keep up with fashion. They will sell all of this instead of using it, as they don't want to use weapons that killed Akihiro's brother. Meribit suggests that they have a funeral for the fallen. Orga goes, "What's that?" Meribit has to explain a funeral to the red trash. Orga doesn't get it. It seems that humans in general moved past mourning the dead. It isn't just a Mars thing. Shino wants to do it. He says anything to help Tekadon lessen the pain. Akihiro wants this as well. Meribit could tell that Orga really isn't into it. He just thinks it's better to live than to dwell on the dead. He tells him that the funerals are for the living as well. They decide to put trinkets of their dead comrades in a pod to honor their lost friends. They fire off cannons. One of the kids can't sleep. Atra comforts him, but he wants Fumitan's comfort, as her boobs are bigger. I want a hug from Fumitan. They were able to sell the spoils from the battle with the Brewers. Naze says, "Hold on, I need to bank out with my woman to assert dominance." Oh, he's still going. Alright. So, you gonna wrap this up, or? Mika hands Kudelia a Martian palm when she realizes he is trembling. She decides to hug him, so he decides to kiss her. She drops the date and says, "Yo, if you aren't going to eat this, then I am. Focus, Mika." Meanwhile, Noblest decides that he needs to kill Kudelia. And that will do it for this episode. Now that they have backing, they're starting to feel like a real PMC, but Meribit is reminding them that they still have a lot to learn. How will Masahiro's death affect Akihiro moving forward? We have made it halfway through the first season. Next time, Tekkadan finally reaches Earth. They head to the colonies around the Earth sphere, and Kudelia gets caught in an uprising against Galahorn. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, stop your meeting and make out with your woman to assert dominance. Peace.